Okay, I took care of the AC, so now we're gonna go back, and now we're gonna do number, which one is next? 12.
12.
Number 12. Number 12. Number 12 says 144 equals to negative 12 parentheses x
That's 5.
plus 5 parentheses. Now, the other day I told you, whenever you have a number and a parenthesis, that means to do what? What are you doing right here?
Multiply.
You're multiplying, right? Now, whenever you have a number and a letter by itself, that also means to,
Multiply.
it's multiplying, right? And you can also see it like
A dot.
big dot in the middle, not on the bottom, in the middle. And it also means multiply. Okay, now, right here. Let's look at that real quick. The thing right here, a parenthesis is a group. We already talked about groups before. Jem does, right? In order to start doing this, we gotta get rid of the groups. We don't like the groups, especially in this case. And in this case, we're gonna have to do whatever is called a distributive property. That means we already established that the negative 12 is multiplying by this, right? Now you cannot combine this inside of the group because they're not the same. One is a variable and one is a integer, or a whole number. Everybody agree?
Yes.
So we're gonna distribute this. Now we're gonna that means we're gonna multiply negative 12 times this, and also negative 12 times positive 5.
So you gotta multiply that?
Now,
Yeah.
this is where keeping track of the signs comes along. We have a negative times it. Well, let's bring down the
Times a
144. Everybody agree? Now, negative and the x, is that x positive or negative?
Negative.
Isn't that positive?
It's positive. It's positive. The 12 is positive. So, negative and positive means that it's going to be negative. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Now, 12 times x, there's nothing else to do.
12x.
You just write it like 12x. Very good. Everybody agree on that?
Yes.
Now, you're going to have to multiply this
60.
and the 5. Now, again, you have a negative and a positive. So, what is it going to be? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. It's going to be negative again.
60.
And 12 times 5 is just 60. Now I'm done with the grouping. I got rid of the groups. Everybody agree?
Yes.
Now we can solve this. Again, you can flip the tortilla if you want, or you can leave it like that. It doesn't affect anything. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now and solve it the way it is. So again, I have to isolate x. So I'm looking at this side only and getting rid of whatever's farther away from x. What's farther away from x in this case?
60.
60. Positive or negative 60?
Negative.
So it's minus 60, right? So the opposite of subtraction
Plus
is?
60.
So we're gonna have to add 60. And what I do to one side,
You do the other.
you do to the other. So that cancels out, and you're left with the negative 12x equals to 204. Everybody agrees so far?
Yes.
Now what is the 12 and the x doing again?
Multiplying.
And the opposite of multiplication is?
Division.
Division. So we're gonna divide by
By X.
By X.
by what?
By
By
12.
X.
By what?
By 12.
With 12.
Big 12.
By 204.
What are we dividing by?
Negative 12.
Thank you. Negative 12. Yeah, you gotta bring the sign with it. Because what's negative is the 12, not the x, not necessarily yet. So, if we divide by negative 12, you have to divide by negative 12. So look at your answers. That cancels out. Well, it's actually 1. Negative negative makes a positive, so you're left with the positive x equals to 17 when you divide. T-both, top in, bottom out. Positive and negative makes a
Negative.
negative 17.
Awesome.
Okay, that's the answer for that.
We're gonna
Now you can plug this back into the x, and it should give you 144.
We're gonna be cool.
Again, the tricky part on this one was this distributive property. You have to multiply by everything. If you have more than 2 things in here, you have to multiply whatever's outside by everything inside it individually. Later on, you're gonna learn something that is called FOIL. It's gonna have like 2 things outside, 2 things inside. You're gonna distribute it. It's gonna be fun. Okay? Fun.
Hard.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay.
Hard IQ.
The last one I'm gonna do for you is number 17. And the rest is on your own. Number 17. Let's see what do we have on 17. We have n.
N plus 5 over negative 16 equals negative 1.
Okay, that's number 17. Okay, we're gonna approach this the same way. We gotta get rid of everything that is farther away from n. Okay? This is what we're isolating. We're isolating n. So if we look at this, we have a fraction. That means that we have a, what type of question? Division. Very good. So the opposite of division is?
Multiplication.
Multiply. What's dividing right here?
Negative 16.
Negative 16. So what's my first step?
You multiply
By?
negative 16.
Very good. We're going to multiply this whole thing by negative 16 as well as this by negative 16. Okay? Everybody agree?
Yeah.
This is just going to cross out. Okay? So you're going to be left with n plus 5 on the left side. And on the right side, what do you have? Negative and negative makes a
Positive.
positive. 1 times 16 is?
16.
16.
Okay. Now it's easy, right?
Yeah.
It got super simple.
Very easy.
Now, don't get stranded in here. This is not complicated. We just notice that. And look at how simple it becomes. Now, I gotta leave this by itself. What is my next step? Undo which one?
5.
5.
The 5. What is the 5? Positive or negative? Adding, subtracting.
Positive.
It is adding, right? So we have to
Subtract.
restar. Subtract 5. And what I do to one side
You to the other.
cancels out. So what am I left with on the left side?
And 0.
Oh.
N. And on the right side?
11.
11.
11. Now how can I check that this is the right answer? Put it right here. So what's 11 plus 5?
16.
16. Divided by negative 16?
Equals 1.
1.
Positive 16 divided by negative 16.
Negative 1.
0.
Negative 1.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this negative 1?
Yes.
So my answer is correct. Any questions, anybody, guys? That's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.